One thing I have to say about my daughter, she's not a gold digger, never was.
Mom?
Well,
Oh my God, Mom.
no, she has all these guys out with money, millions, they want to buy her mansions, and well, they did.
I love this.
And she's like, and I said, Taryn, always go by your heart, follow your heart, and she did.
We're here in Miami, Brickell, doing interviews in the streets. We're asking people amazing questions to inspire you guys, to inspire the youth. So support this channel, subscribe to the channel, like and comment. If you want some questions that you want us to ask in the streets, let us know. Let's go. What do you do for work, boss?
I'm a coach.
Awesome. What kind of coach?
I'm a life coach.
Interesting. I love this. So when it comes to being a life coach, what inspired you to become a life coach?
My relationship with Jesus Christ and knowing that He is the best coach that I have. Our brand is called Coach Comma, and I know the best coach I can be is only the comma because He's the period.
Interesting. So for most people that are going through a challenging time, how do you invest in them and actually help them see the greatness in themselves?
I help them realize the identity that they have in Christ, because anything I tell them out of my flesh isn't going to be as good as what God says who they are.
Interesting. And most of the people that you're talking to, what are the biggest challenges they're going through that you see?
It depends. I serve a very niche demographic. I serve the children of NBA players.
Really?
So it's a niche space. We go through a lot of challenges. My father played in the NBA for 16 years. So
Really? What's your father's name?
his name's Alonzo Mourning.
Interesting. So your father basically played in the NBA, and how was it to be a son of an NBA player?
It was fantastic. I absolutely loved it, and I'm really grateful for my parents. I lived a fantastic life, and I still do. And it's a testament to how great of parents they are, and the fact that they introduced me to Christ at a young age. That's the most important part.
So the kids that you actually coach and help them, what are the challenges that they're going through as kids of NBA players?
A lot of it has to do with identity. A lot of it has to do with realizing what it is that you have in your hands. We've been given a whole lot, and I had somebody tell me once that my dad didn't introduce me to basketball. God introduced me to basketball. He just happened to use my dad to do it. So it's really a matter of reframing and seeing things through the lens of Christ. Because as believers, we have the mind of Christ. So that's really what it's about.
That's amazing. And how did your parents, instill this faith inside you? Like, what do they do, and what could other parents do to make sure their children think the way you think?
They planted a seed, and the Bible says instruct your kids in the way to go, and when they get older, they won't turn from it. So at the end of the day, my life is my responsibility, and I get to a certain age when I'm making decisions for myself and then eventually my own family. And parents introduce your kids to Jesus and continue to walk in a way that honors the Lord, and your kids are going to see that, and hopefully they'll follow in those same footsteps and have a relationship with the Lord themselves.
What does it take to raise an amazing daughter, in your opinion?
Patience.
Like doctors have patience. No, honestly, what does it take to raise amazing children, in your opinion?
A lot of love, caring, and patience. Lots of patience.
So what are some things that your children did that you had to have patience for?
Everything.
Everything. See, dating, their eating habits.
You said dating?
Yes, dating.
So
yes,
when your daughter was dating, how did that happen? Like, how were you patient with her?
Oh boy.
I need to hear this.
I said, oh boy.
Oh boy.
Well, a typical mom.
She was patient with me with all the breakups.
Say it again?
She was patient with me with all the breakups, and
She had pretty good taste. But of course, I was always in the background. Well.
So as a mother, raising a daughter, what's the biggest fear you had when it comes to your daughter dating?
Going to bars at night with her friends and people trying to maybe stick things in their drinks and things like that. Don't ever leave your drink in the bar, Taryn. Don't ever, right?
Yeah, you
Always
did.
take your drink with you.
Wow. So let me ask you this. So when she brought a boy to the house, were you like asking him questions? Like, what did you do when she brought a boy to the house?
No, not really. I would just kind of say, well, of course, I would scope him out,
You would feel him out.
I would.
Say it again?
She would feel him out, like what do you do, and get to know his personality. But you were really big on like if you didn't like somebody, you knew it right away.
Yes, I was like that.
So-
But I will
You gotta
give.
be known.
Yes, I will.
So let me ask you this. So when you saw the guy, like, what would tell you, he's not good for you? This guy is not good for my daughter.
Well, their demeanor, number one, how they talked, how they represent themselves to me, how they talked, how they dressed.
Yeah, how they dressed. We were big on that. Yeah.
Say it again?
And,
How they dressed, we were big on that. It's a lot about a person.
Interesting. So let me ask you this. Someone's watching this video. This video might blow up, okay? I have some videos go 1 million, 2 million, 5 million views. Someone that's watching this video and they want to date your daughter, what would be 3 criteria to date your daughter?
oh boy.
As a mom, what's their approval?
What would be my approval to take you out? Oh boy.
Good looking.
Say it again.
Yes, good looking.
Good looking.
Make sure
smart,
he's got a good job.
classy.
And let's see. Yeah, well, some class.
A lot of class. A lot of class.
Say it again.
A lot of class. Thank you.
This one, I'm telling you what. This one, God, oh my God.
Is she too picky?
Huh? Well, that kind of runs in our family. We're always all like that. My other daughter was like that. She's like that. And yeah,
Say it again?
she's very picky.
Yes, I'm very picky.
She's had plenty of offers with all kinds of people. But one thing I have to say about my daughter, she's not a gold digger, never was. Well,
Oh my God, Mom.
no, she has all these guys out with money, millions. They want to buy her mansions, and well, they did. I love this. And she's like, and I said, Taryn, always go by your heart, follow your heart, and she did. But no, she still has guys that are still following her and chasing her. And I'm like, oh God.
What is it you do for work?
So I'm an influencer. I hate saying that, but
So when you say you're an influencer, what does that mean?
I mean, I think everybody knows what an influencer is these days.
Your
Just,
blogs and your blogs
yeah,
and all
my
that
blogs, my Instagram posts, everything, outfit content, traveling content. Yeah, creating content, basically.
So lifestyle content.
Lifestyle content.
So let me ask you a question. Someone that wants to be an influencer, what are 3 tips you would tell them to become an influencer?
First and foremost, do not care what anybody thinks. I think a lot of people don't get into influencing or anything they want to do in life for that matter out of fear of being judged. And you just can't. You can't. No fear of being judged. Put yourself out there. Just do it. Follow your passions. That's what I did. I love styling. I love outfits. So that's what I did. Yes, and be yourself. Yeah, you're exactly right.
Be
Mom.
yourself, because no matter what, somewhere in time, yourself is really going to come out.
100%. And the other 2 tips?
Thanks, Mom. Yeah, and the other 2 tips, just be yourself and put yourself out there. Just get it started. Stop putting it off. Stop saying, tomorrow I will, because no timing's ever going to be perfect. Just do it. And like Mom said.
So let me ask you a question. A lot of girls are afraid to put out content because they're afraid to be judged. They want to have the right video. They want to have the right picture. They want to have everything perfect. What would you tell them?
Right, just be yourself and put it out there. Your style is unique. You are unique. No one's ever going to be just like you, and that's something really special. I mean, everyone's really hard on themselves. I definitely can be. And I have even those days where, should I be doing this? Oh, and at the end of the day, I just end up doing it because I'm like, you know what? Someone out there, you're always going to be judged. You're always going to be criticized. And honestly, I really like following my passions. And if styling is following my passion, that's what I'm happy to do. So just do it. Just do it. Don't care.
I love it. Mama, you raised an amazing woman.
No.
Thank you.
Work on boats.
You work on boats.
Work on boats, yeah.
So what do you do on the boats?
Clean windows.
So why did you choose this career?
Money.
Explain.
It's the best paying job I can get.
Really?
Well, yeah, I didn't go to college, didn't do school, but it pays all right.
Do you enjoy what you do?
Most of the time.
Let me ask you a question. If you could go back to 18 years old, what are 2 things you would have done differently?
Won the lottery. No, not a lot. I travel the world, it's good.
So do you have any regrets when you were 18?
Nah.
You wouldn't change one thing?
Nah, I've had a good life.
So let me ask you a question. What does it mean to have a good life in your opinion?
Travel the world, get paid, live a good life.
So let me ask you a question. Someone that wants to travel the world, have a good life, what would you tell them to do?
Go and do it.
How?
Either at 18, I went away, traveled Europe, worked all over Europe for 10 years, and now I'm working Miami.
So right now you're working on a boat?
Yeah.
So you travel all over the world?
Well, I've just come from Colombia, just been on holiday there.
So you travel on the boats, or how does it work?
Travel on the boat.
I love it. So let me ask you, someone that loves boats, they love it. Is it a good investment to buy a boat in your opinion?
Absolutely not, no.
Why not?
It's the worst investment in the world.
Why is that?
It'll cost you millions a year. It's
So-
big boats.
So you're talking about big yachts.
Big yachts, yeah.
So let me ask you a question. For someone that wants to eventually own a yacht, oh my gosh, I saw a kid almost died. For someone that wants to eventually own a yacht or own a boat, what's the best way for them to do so? Because you've seen a lot of these rich people own these yachts. What's the best way to do that?
Go to business school. Or inherit it.
Right now we have amazing questions and amazing answers. So listen, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, do me a solid, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like, comment. If you want us to ask some more questions, let us know. But we got some more people to talk to. Let's go. Let me ask you a question. What does it take to raise amazing daughters in your opinion?
So the purpose of it is the next generation has to be better than our generation. So anything that we can do to help and support them, make them realize their dreams, it's our job, isn't it?
So let me ask you a question. I was always afraid of having a daughter because of what society portrays women these days. You know what I mean? So how did you not have that fear? And having 2 daughters, how do you live with that?
You just need to continue to inspire them. So I think it doesn't make a difference if it's a daughter or a son. You obviously have worries, but you just have to inspire them to be the best that they can be.
So what are some things that you can do or things that you're doing right now to make sure that your daughters end up marrying the right person or living that right life, in your opinion?
By showing them the right way, so they lead by example. The biggest thing you can do is just spend time with them. So I make sure I drop them to school, spend time with them. I've changed my career so that we do have that quality time together.
Wow, so what do you do for work?
Optometrist, so testing eyes.
So you have the ability to control your schedule so you can spend time with your kids?
It's not that simple, but that was part of my, so wherever I went to work, I was like, well, the priority is that they're my priority.
I love it. So let me ask you a question. Do you think it's important for a dad to take his daughters on daddy-daughter dates?
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be an occasion. So the best conversations we'll have is if I'm dropping them to a class or if I'm dropping them somewhere, because that's when you have the normal times are the best times. You don't have to have a special day or you don't have to take the day out. It's just the day-to-day things.
So let me ask you a question. Being a successful optometrist, right? Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Being a successful optometrist and raising a family and raising daughters,
Yeah.
how do you balance all of that?
Working hard, continue to work hard, plan, make sure you have time for everything. Yeah.
But that's like the basic stuff. Someone that's watching is like, yeah, I heard this many times. Like, what would be some specific things that you do that actually, helps you become successful in your career and also with your daughters, because it's important?
You said that planning's simple, but not everyone plans. So planning in terms of making sure that I have that schedule so I have that time with them, but planning to make sure I schedule in time for work. If you plan the day before, you save about 20% of your time. So yeah, planning is the key.
One last question. So someone that has daughters, they're afraid of their children getting out of the house at 17, 18, 19, 20, when they get married or whatever. What are some things that they can do to eliminate that fear?
Trust is the most important thing. So if you don't trust them, then those fears will happen. You're just trusting them.
Yeah.
What do you do for work, boss?
I'm a promoter,
What does that mean?
so I work at nightclubs, I charter yachts.
Why did you choose that industry?
So I moved here about 3 years ago, and I kind of that's just what I got into.
Where'd you move from?
North Carolina, Raleigh, North Carolina.
So let me ask you a question. How's lifestyle different from Miami and North Carolina?
Way different. I grew up next to farms and like back roads.
So you're a farm boy.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. What's the toughest thing about coming to Miami?
The toughest thing, like in what aspect?
Like work-wise, money-wise, relationship-wise.
I mean, it's not for everybody. Like, I like material stuff. I like flashy stuff. I like the lifestyle, the yachts, everything, the buildings, the sky rises. So it's not for everyone. Some people like the South. Some people like the mountains. Some people like the quiet. So it's just what you like.
So let me ask you a question. Why did you choose, selling yachts, schmots, all that stuff?
So before I moved to Miami, I was coming down like every 2 weeks. So I was always renting a yacht, renting a boat, renting jet skis. And then as I was like, the guy that I was renting it from, he was like, yo, you can rent this stuff out. And like, I already had a good network of like people around me. I was making good money, people around me. I surround myself with great, amazing people. They make money. So I was like, you could charter this stuff as well. So then I got into that aspect.
So let me ask you this. What makes a person great in your opinion?
What makes them great?
Deep question.
I guess just working on yourself and then just striving for better.
Explain.
Everyone's different, Not everyone wants to become a millionaire. Not everyone wants to be, the next big thing. But just my opinion, I always strive for better. I always strive for just greatness, working on myself and just.
So what are 3 things that you do on a daily basis that someone could say, you know what, he's striving for greatness?
So I'm very disciplined. I go to the gym. I'm working on myself. I have a disciplined diet, and I'm always working towards my future.
So when it comes to working for your future, why are most people not disciplined in your opinion?
It's just some people, they're just comfortable. Some people just don't have that, I could say, like burning desire in them to achieve better. Some people are comfortable working a regular job. Some people are comfortable working what their parents gave them. It's all about our subconscious beliefs and our programs. And, some people just don't want to achieve that,
So where did you get that burning desire from? Like some people watching this, they don't have that desire. They don't have that burning fire like you do. How did you get that fire inside of you?
So it's crazy. I'm trying to come up with this stuff quick.
You can think, by the way. You can think.
Yeah, so I guess just growing up, I had nothing handed down to me. I came from nothing, like I just, no father, toxic household. So I saw the good and bad, and then I saw other people's stuff. I mean, I saw other people with nice things and nice stuff, and I was like, I want that. But I never had anything handed down to me, so I had to work for that stuff. So I guess it was just seeing better out there, seeing people that had better stuff, not even about materialistic stuff, I guess just the lifestyle, the money, the freedom. If I saw it and if it was out there, I knew there was nothing in my mind that would stop me from getting it. I would just have to work towards it. So I guess just coming from nothing and then seeing people that had it. So I was like, I want it. That's it.
But let me ask you this. A lot of people, they see the glamour, they see this nice stuff, Miami, boats, yachts, schmats, all this shit. But they're not willing to grind it out and hustle, and they still cannot get what they want. Why is that in your humble opinion?
It's just the lack of consistency. Some people they'll grind for a week, they'll grind for a month, they'll grind for 2 months, and then they don't see results and then they quit. So that's the thing, like you have to be willing to put in the work years. The people that you see with massive success, that own the yachts, that are chartering jets, they've just simply have been doing what works for them for years. They were able to work 5 years without seeing any result. Well, obviously they were getting better, but they just saw the bigger picture, they believed in themselves, and they knew that, the law of cause and effect, the more you put in, the more you get out. So if you don't have what you want, it's because you haven't been working hard enough and long enough. That's it. That's all it is.
I love it. Person that's watching this, what would you tell him? One tip. How would they get out of their house right now to go out there and be consistent like a piston?
I guess just have that burning desire, know what you want. It all starts with your mindset. I knew I wanted it first. I started with my mindset. I started with self-development, just educating yourself, picking your path. You can't do 5 things. Stick to one thing. You can't try and do Amazon FBA. You can't try and do freaking whatever, you have to stick to one thing, do it consistently long enough, and then it's gonna play out. Like just have that belief, have that consistency, have habits. A really good book that I would recommend is Atomic Habits. I didn't even read the full book. I watched the fucking summary on YouTube. Watch the summary, apply it, because what we do on a daily basis is 90% habit. So if you can figure out how to structure the correct habits, like if you want to be a millionaire has millionaire habits. That's why they're a millionaire. So just have in your mind what you want and then structure your habits every single day to achieve and do that, and then you'll have it.
I love it.
Take time.
Say it again?
It's just going to take time.
I'm a veteran, military veteran.
Wow, appreciate your service, man. Let me ask you a question. What's been the toughest thing about being a veteran?
The toughest thing about being a veteran is coming back home from war.
Explain.
It's mind-trembling to get back into the effect of the society of the people after being gone away for so long.
So what is the biggest challenge when it comes to going back into society for you?
Communication and just becoming more adapted with society as well. That's the hardest part to me.
So when you were part of the military, you were actually, active duty, and you were actually, working with other people in your. Well, I mean, that's a better question. When you were working with your company, when you had your team, right? What was the best thing about being part of the team in the military?
Being able to do my job and know that it meant everything to somebody because of where we were.
Wow. So when you were there, did you feel like empowered?
Most definitely. I felt empowered, but also I felt like I was learning something within life than others would ever imagine learning.
So what are 3 things you miss about the military?
Free food, free housing, and friends.
When you say friends, elaborate.
Friends, people that actually have been through the things that also I have been through, that I've seen been through as well, the same things as well.
Do you think people respect veterans when you come out in society?
Of course, most definitely. Yes, most definitely.
Now, do you think that veterans should have a special privilege in society?
No way. I think every person is the same. Although, if you serve your country, it's up to the person to allow themselves to know that it means a lot for everyone else, for the job that we do for everyone.
So let me ask you a question. People that are watching this video, they're a veteran, they're having a tough time with, coming into society and doing what they need to do. What would be one of the things you would tell them to actually improve to get back into society?
Just have the guts to just get out there and open up your mind and meet people and do things that you used to do that really means a lot to you, because it still means a lot to you now. It's just You have to open your heart to being a part of the world again. And I know it's hard. I know it's tough. Although you just have to fight through it and become a part of everybody again. Yeah.
What if they're having a mental challenge, mental toughness, like they're going through a lot of depression, maybe anxiety? What would you tell that person?
Elaborate with your family, become close with your family. Try your best to find a pet, or if it's your medication that you're finding it hard to indulge with, take your medication with your pet or your family, or even find someone. I know counseling is not always the thing, but find someone that can counsel you and also mentor you as well. Yeah.
I love it. I appreciate you, man. God bless you. Thank you for your service. Listen, we had an amazing time today shooting content, asking questions, getting amazing answers, and so far we've been having amazing reviews from you guys. So do me a favor, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We need your support. We're trying to get to 100,000 plus subscribers right now. We're doing amazing on Instagram and TikTok, but for some reason on YouTube, we need your support. We need your help. So until next time, see you guys in the next video.